Coon Rapids Cardinals opened the section tournament on Wednesday with a seesaw battle against Duluth East. The Cardinals had leads of 2-0 and 5-3, but the Greyhounds tied it up in the fourth and pushed the eventual game-winning run across in the fifth inning. The 6-5 loss means it's do-or-die time for the Cardinals. The Section 7 4A tournament rolls on next on CTN. A beautiful afternoon at Castle Field in Anoka as the Tornadoes and the Cardinals look to keep their season and their playoff hopes alive. Both teams losing in the first round. Now the second round, the elimination round of the Section 7 4A baseball tournament. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro up above the action. And Howie, if you looked at it, the Cardinals were an underdog. They were supposed to lose in the first round. The Tornadoes, however, the number 2 seed in this tournament, knocked off in round number 1.
Yeah, obviously the biggest upset of this section tournament so far. And, you know, Anoka certainly didn't think that they would be in this situation playing in a do-or-die game. But the fact that they lost to a Forest Lake team that hit the ball well, it's an opportunity now for Coon Rapids, who lost to a tough one to Duluth East up in Duluth, to see if they can get that one win and stay alive.
Well, two teams obviously very familiar with one another. They know what the other one's going to bring. Anoka, a 5-0 winner in their only meeting this season.
Yeah, and, you know, again, this is an opportunity for Coon Rapids, who saw them, as you said earlier, again, to see what they can do. A different pitcher tonight against Coon Rapids. Hunter Smith, as we'll talk about later, pitched a phenomenal game in that matchup. So, you know, you again, it's you erase the record at this point and see what you can do.
Yeah, it is do or die time for both the Cardinals and the Tornadoes. They'll take the field next on CTN.
Back to it, Holland comes in and two-handed jam.
Just a beautiful afternoon for baseball, a beautiful facility here in Anoka for tonight's contest. Both teams suffering first-round losses yesterday and now trying to fight their way back. Still an opportunity to get all the way back into the state tournament.
Yeah, and again, both teams, I think, starting pitching obviously is going to be pretty important here. And from what I heard yesterday, Anoka in the field, a number of miscues, not typical. So both teams, Joe, as we've talked about Coon Rapids all the time, defense in the field is really important here.
Jack Hart digging in, leading off for the Cardinals, takes a hack at the first offering from Nate Cully, follows it back into the mesh. It's 0-1. He'll be followed by Xander Parr, Kirby Peary, and Braden Farley in the cleanup spot. Arndt, a good rip towards right. Buffy ranges to his left, makes the catch, and a pretty quick first out for Cully and the Tornadoes.
Yeah, he didn't get off all he wanted on that. There you see Nate Cully. He's got a record of 4-1 and a save on the season. ERA of 1.33.
Parr skies it straight up the box. Underneath it and making the catch just feet from home plate is third baseman Austin Brosdahl. And 3 pitches to get the first 2 outs. That is certainly not what you want to do when you're facing a team as strong defensively as the Tornadoes. Charlie Buffy, Carter Chell, and Cody Lindbergh on the outfield. Grass Jackson, Haig, Hauge, and Brody Lake on the right side. Hunter Smith at short, Austin Brosdahl at third. Adam Stern is the catcher for Nate Cully. Kirby Peary stands in, takes a fastball up and in, 1-0.
Yeah, certainly good to see Kirby back in the lineup and certainly behind home plate, hitting .380 on the season. Missed a few games here, but able to come back for the important part of the season.
Yeah, considering the dislocation of his finger and the stitches, back relatively quickly, at least getting into the lineup, but just recently returning behind the plate, and that is an impact that has definitely shown for the Cardinals. There's a reason Kirby is going Division I, playing for Nebraska Omaha next year. This one fouled out of play, and it's 2-2.
Again, we take fans for retrieving.
Yeah, and of course Legion ball will start once the high school season is over. They'll continue on in that.
Got kind of tied up on the inside fastball, a smile on his face as he goes back to the dugout. A strikeout victim, a 1-2-3 inning for Nate Cully. And the Tornadoes' first chance at bat when we return on CTN.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Back at Castle Field in Anoka, middle of the first inning. Cardinals retired in order. And the number 2 seed Tornadoes coming to the plate, looking to bounce back from the first round loss. Jackson Hauge will get the first at-bat of the afternoon for the home squad. Hunter Smith on deck behind him. Charlie Buffy in the hole. Cody Lindbergh in the cleanup spot. Nate Tillman, the DH, hits 5th. Adam Stern, Austin Brosdahl, Carter Chell, and finally Brody Lake round out the order for the Tornadoes.
There's a look at Jack Orlikowski getting the start for Coon Rapids. A 1-1 record, Joe, on the season. A 2.10 earned run average. And they're looking for a big outing from Orlikowski here. Want to keep these hitters at bay if possible. Hauge leads the Tornadoes with a 367 on the batting average on the season. It's a pretty good hitter to lead this lineup off for the Tornadoes.
This one hit well toward left center. Long run over the head of Ryan Garlick. It 2-hops the fence. Garlick will get the relay going, but Hauge is going to be there safely at third. A leadoff triple for Jackson Hauge.
Now, that's the way the Tornadoes want to start this ball game. They were very upset yesterday with the upset to Forest Lake, as Hauge got all of that, drove it to the deepest part of center field as it takes a couple of bounces to the fence, and no play at the bag, no opportunity to get him there as he slides safely into third.
No real need for him to slide even.
Nope. Oh, you get the uniform dirty.
Hunter Smith digs in. Smith, as you mentioned, had a fantastic game on the hill last time these two teams played one another. He also did okay at the plate in that game. 1 for 2 with a couple of walks.
He's hitting .305 on the season. Another one of those Tornado hitters. Just a couple of them in this lineup that are hitting over 300. 3 in the starting lineup.
And this one hit into right. It'll fall in front of Farley. And an RBI single for Smith. The Tornadoes off and running.
Anoka starting quickly here, getting that first run on the board. They're a good hitting ball club. Were stifled for the most part yesterday.
Charlie Buffy.
But you can't ask for much better of his start than triple single
No.
One run across, runner at first base, nobody out for Charlie Buffy.
Buffy hitting .311, another one of those tornado hitters that is dangerous at the plate.
And that is the first pitch thrown for a strike by Orlikowski that was not put into play. 0-1, the count to Buffy. Curveball, knocked down well, and tracked in front of the plate by Kirby Peary.
That's what you get with Peary. Kirby does such a nice job defensively behind the plate. You see him, use his body to make sure he keeps that ball in front of him.
This one hit well to Garlick, backing off on it. And it bounced out of his glove. Smith will turn and dig for second, and Garlick took his eye off of it. An error, still nobody out. Runners at the corners, one already across. And that has been the Cardinals' Achilles heel all season long.
Well, I believe they had one last game as well. Just, again, you talked about it, taking your eye off the ball, and it just pops off his glove. And Ryan's a good ball player, and that's atypical of what he does in the field. And I know he's frustrated with himself because that was an out, and he just needs to shake that one off.
He makes that catch. They're one pitch away from being out of the inning. Instead, Cody Lindbergh digs in. Nobody out, runners at the corners. Curveball is called for a strike.
Lindbergh hitting .212 on the season.
Peary throws down to first. Bream's not able to catch it, but keeps it close, so no chance for Smith to try to come home.
Lindbergh with a single in the loss last night to Forest Lake.
Pitch outside, great stop by Peary.
Orlikowski having a little bit of trouble with location here early on.
This one nubbed through the hole on the right side. Another hit, another run. Buffy advances to third as Farley had a little trouble scooping it up in right field.
Yeah, we've got a little action in the bullpen for Coon Rapids as Matt Moss is going to take a walk out to the mound, but another base hit for Anoka. And again, just another run and good base running. Get to third. There you see Brandon Strauss in the bullpen.
And Brandon threw pretty well against the Tornadoes in their one meeting. He had 4 innings of shutout ball, ran into some trouble in the 5th, and then Anoka really able to open it up in the 6th inning before he was relieved.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 19, Nate Tillman.
And now the DH, Nate Tillman. Runners at the corners again, still nobody out. 2 across now in the bottom of the first. That one skips away from Peary. He got there quickly. Lindenberg will move over to second, but Buffy stays at third. Didn't want to risk trying to come home as it didn't get too far away from Peary. Got a good piece of it, but off the heel of his glove and quickly scrambles over to it.
Tillman hitting .250 as he steps to the plate.
1-1 now. He's got 2 runners in scoring position, nobody out. Anoka really looking to open it up here in the first inning. That one's high and wide, 2-1.
Orlikowski definitely feeling the pressure here in the bottom of the first.
Tillman fouls it back to the backstop. It's 2-2. Curveball swung on and missed. A big first out for Orlikowski.
Now they needed that first out, quite obviously. They've confidence shaken a little bit here early. It's only 2-0, quite obviously, but just runners at second and third with just 1 out.
The look at the Cardinals in the field. Farley, Garlick, and Arndt in the outfield. Breams, Rotzine, Brinda, and Parr on the base paths from first to third. Behind the plate is Kirby Peary. This one fouled back by Stern. It's 0-2.
Stern hitting .250 as well on the season. He had a couple of hits. He was 2 for 3 in that loss to Forest Lake.
Fastball misses outside, but a good miss for Olakowski. Comes back 1-2 to the curveball, and another big swing at a pitch moving away from the right-handed hitter. And both of those third strikes are on pitches that just disappeared away from the hitter. And really, that is not a swing you want to see on your highlight clip.
No, you definitely do not. And I'll tell you, Joe, if they can get out of this inning with just the 2 runs, I think that's a pretty big advantage for, good confidence for booster a little bit for Coon Rapids.
Well, back-to-back strikeouts for Orlikowski as that possible, and here's a good fastball for a strike. And he seems to have been gotten back on track since the visit from Mossy. Curveball stayed up high. 1-2. 2-1. Sorry.
At Mossy on your right, Don Bright on your left.
And now 2-2. Some groans from the home crowd on that last called strike. Down and away, good stop by Peary, and the count is full.
Rosedal hitting .231. Trying to see if he can keep this inning going, drive in some additional runs here.
Well outside, the bases are full with 2 away. So Carter Chell, the 8th hitter in the order, getting a first inning at bat. With the bases loaded, 2 away, Jack Orlikowski misses wide.
Chell hitting a .194 coming into these section playoffs.
Fastball swung on and missed, evens the count.
He was 1 for 3. That one hit was a double, scored a run in the loss to Forest Lake.
Another good stop by Peary, keeping it in front of him. 2-1. Fastball up high, 3-1.
Now he's in danger of walking a run home here. It looked like he had a good opportunity, but just couldn't pitch out of it.
This one skied to short left center. Garlick has it measured. Both hands and eyes on the ball this time. He makes the squeeze and ends the inning. 2 across, but it could have been much worse as the Tornadoes leave the bases loaded. We go to the second, Anoka 2, Coon Rapids 0 on CTN.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Oh, there's Cody Lindbergh. He has, as a junior, signed to play football for the Gophers, committed to play football for the Gophers after his senior season. Welcome to the campus as a Golden Gopher after his high school career.
Braden Farley leading things off for the Cardinals, takes a called strike. And now hacks one foul, it's 0-2. Pretty quick inning for Nate Cully in the first. And he'd like to duplicate that, especially with how well his team seems to be hitting the baseball early on.
Farley having a nice season at the plate, hitting .308.
This one in off the hand, slow roller to the left side. Brosdell charges, throws, good scoop by Hauge, and there's one down. Farley's speed made it close.
It definitely did.
But Brosdahl definitely had to hurry. Good charge, good scoop, good throw, and a good catch on the receiving end for Jackson Hauge.
Yeah, he was charging the ball. Good opportunity for him to get that throw over in time.
And now first baseman Nate Breams looks at a fastball high, 1-0.
Breams hitting 289.
This one fouled back and out of play.
Had a base hit in that loss to Duluth East.
RBI.
Yeah, and an RBI.
At least one. I know because I saw it.
He did have two. 2 RBI.
Two and two now to Breams. 1 out, nobody on. Cardinals trailing 2-0. This one fouled down the first base line. It'll stay 2-2.
Coach Bright tried to scoop it with his hat. He's actually going to take the little jaunt down and pick the foul ball up. Good job, Don Bright. Way to hustle.
Outside, and the count is full. First 3-ball count of the afternoon for Cully. He comes back with a fastball, and it's a called strike on the outside edge, his second strikeout of the ballgame. A challenge pitch.
Yep.
Breams thought it was off the outside.
We'll take a look at it.
Batting 6, the shortstop, number 7, Jimmy Brinda.
And now Jimmy Brinda. Looks at a fastball for a strike, and Cully really humming. Strong left-hander. He's got a good fastball. We've seen him throw a lot of curves. Brenda rocks this one, but high and deep to left field. Gave a lot of time for Lindbergh to get back there. He makes the catch just in front of the warning track, and the Cardinals retired in order again here in the top of the second. They trail 2-0. Anoka bats again next on CTN.
The award-winning community programming by CTN Coon Rapids is funded exclusively by cable subscribers. Without those subscribers, we would not exist. So no more coverage of local news, stories, events, and sports in our community. So thank you for subscribing to cable TV and for supporting CTN.
Cardinals haven't been able to put a runner on base quite yet. Hoping for a much shorter inning in the field this time. And Orlikowski is done after just 1 inning. Brandon Strauss will take over.
Brandon comes to the mound with a 1-4 record. He's pitched 29 2/3 innings, given up 39 hits, 29 runs. 18 of those runs have been earned, a 4.25 earned run average. He has struck out 16 of batters in those 29 2/3 innings.
So Orlikowski just 1 inning, gave up 2 runs, only 1 of them earned. There were 3 hits, had 2 strikeouts and a walk. And Strauss, as we talked about, threw pretty well against the Tornado lineup last time.
He did.
At least for the first 4 innings. And now the Cardinals, in a position, we talk about it all the time. You can't let leads get too big before you start digging out. And Strauss comes on hoping to keep that gap from getting any larger.
Well, no, and that's exactly what you want to do is you want to see if you can settle down the hitters for Anoka. Granted, it's been an inning for him.
Fouled out of play by Lake in zone 2. But against a team like this is a team in Coon Rapids that, is not really built to come back from large deficits. They're not a team that's going to run up 6, 7, 8 runs every game. They are capable of doing it at times. But against a team like Anoka that is become a number 2 seed in this section based on their strong pitching and their outstanding fielding, makes it even more of a challenge if that lead begins to grow.
Without question. I mean, you want to keep that. Almost hit him. You want to keep that lead within a couple of runs, and that's something that's important for it. But more importantly, Joe, as you mentioned, they got to be able to hit the ball. I mean, you can't go 1, 2, 3 in your first 2 at bats and expect to win this game.
This one skied. Will it get out of play? Long run for Parr in the bullpen. Made a great effort.
Yep.
Able to not hurt himself running into the fence and up and over the.
That's the key.
Up and over up and over the mound. That's tricky footing right there.
Yeah. You could get hurt easily on something like that. Then the ball came down by his feet. You could also step on the ball as well.
So it'll stay 2-2. Brody Lake digs back in. This one hit up the middle, soft little liner. Well played by Ratzin for out number 1.
The first baseman, Jackson Hoagie.
And they go back to the top of the order.
You know, Augie had a nice game too in that defeat of Forest Lake. He was 4 for 2, with a single and a double.
Fastball misses in. Hauge hammered the first strike he saw to deep left center. This one hit on the ground is short. Up with it is Brenda. Throw across to Breams in time. There's 2 down.
Yeah, that's a big out. You get that hitter out that's been hot.
And coming up next, talk about how we've talked about it a couple of times. Hunter Smith on the hill. Last time these 2 teams faced one another, he threw 7 shutout innings, 2 hits allowed, 1 with 1 out in the first and another with 2 out in the 7th. Only 2 Cardinal base runners. He retired 19 straight in between there. And the Tornadoes able to put some runs on the board in the 5th and 6th inning and get away with a 5-0 win.
Yeah, he was dominant in that game and really kept the Cardinals at bay all game long. As you mentioned, just a couple of base hits.
Strauss able to jump ahead of Smith 0-2. Smith an RBI single his first time up. Lays off a fastball outside, 1-2. Strauss misses outside again, 2-2. And now inside, and Smith, after falling behind 0-2, has worked the count back full.
Well, he hate to lose him in this situation.
This one hit well to left, and Arndt got tripped up as he took a bad read. Ends up going over his head. Smith will turn and dig for 3, and he is going to slide in well ahead of the throw. And it looked like Arndt kind of started coming in, then realized it was hit better than he thought, and as he turned around, he got caught up in his own cleats. And the ball well over his head, and a triple for Hunter Smith.
Well, and it looked
with
like
2 out.
It looked like to me that he may have had an opportunity had he been able to stay up on his feet, but unfortunately, as you mentioned, his feet underneath him, and Hunter Smith ends up on third base with 2 out.
And now Charlie Buffy, he hit the one to deep center that was dropped by Garlick in the first inning that allowed that inning to continue.
I'm sure Ryan is well aware of that.
Pitches inside, 1-1.
Well, you talked about, Joe, with the kind of ball club that Anoka has, that Cardinals can ill afford to give up any additional runs, and this is an important at bat for Strauss.
Misses inside again, 2-1. goes outside, and Buffy stays still. It's 3-1. And ball 4, runners at the corners. The inning continues.
Charles just trying to get out of this inning at this point.
And now Cody Lindbergh looking to dig in. He had an RBI single his first time up. Drove in the second run of the ball game. And interestingly enough, it was a similar situation. Runners at the corners, but there were nobody out. And it was Hunter Smith and Charlie Buffy who were in on those corners in that first inning. Buffy nearly caught off base, does scramble back in time. Good throw down from Peary, good tag from Breams.
Yeah, Kirby's very aggressive behind the plate. We've seen him do that a number of times. He's got such a nice arm, a nice snap down throw to the bag.
Called strike, evens the count.
Let's go. What do you say, Cody?
1-1 pitch well inside. 2-1. Lindbergh, a good running grab in the outfield in the top half of the inning. Now trying to keep a 2-out rally going. Runners at the corners with 2 away, and that one definitely crossed him up. 2-2.
Yeah, and a big swing and a miss. Now you get him on 2 strikes. You just want to avoid the danger here and just get out of it.
Oh, and this one hit well to left. Arndt got turned around. It's way over his head. They had Buffy off with the crack. He's going to score all the way from first. A 2-run double for Cody Lindbergh. And it's a 4-0 lead for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, and again, coming with 2 outs in the inning, putting additional pressure on Coon Rapids as Lindbergh gets a hold of this one well over the head of Arndt as one bounces to the fence.
And now Nate Tillman. Tillman, a strikeout victim first inning. Swings and misses, 1-1.
Anoka comes in the game with a QRF rank of number 6 overall.
Curveball fought off by Tillman. 1-2.
You know what to do, Nate. You know what to do, buddy. Get your way on. It's gotta be there.
Fouls it back, stays alive. Tornadoes just 3 runs in the loss to Forest Lake, 4 already here in the second inning of round number 2. Tillman had to duck away from that one behind his back, 2-2.
What do you say, Nate? Gotta be there.
Fastball misses down and away, and another full count.
Now Strauss risking putting another runner on base here with 2 away.
He got the first 2.
He did.
This one hit in front of Arndt. And they are going to send Lindbergh. The throw is all the way through, and Lindbergh slides in safely. An RBI single for Tillman. Anoka has 5.
Yeah, Lindbergh didn't waste any time. He wasn't going to stop at third. He was planning on scoring that run all along off the crack of the bat. Solid base wrap. Lindbergh
3 hits and a walk since 2 out for the Tornadoes. All started with the 2-out triple on a 3-2 pitch by Hunter Smith. Now, you talked about it. If he was not, did not get crossed up in his cleats,
yep,
would Arndt have been able to catch up to that ball,
possibly
make the play, and nothing happens here in this inning. Instead, it's a 3-run rally with 2 away. Good stop again by Peary. 7th batter of the inning for Anoka. They batted 8 in the first.
We have Rowan Jungling over at first base as the courtesy runner for Anoka.
Another one staying away from Stern, 2-0. This one foul and out of play. 2-1. More activity in the Cardinal bullpen as Alec Lehman gets loose. This one grounded to the left side. There for it is Brenda. The throw to Rotzine in time to get the lead runner. And the Cardinals finally get out of the inning, but 7 bat, 3 score. It's 5-0 Anoka after 2 innings. Yeah.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps. Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
Back at Castle Field in Anoka, Pete Hayes, part of the coaching staff here for the Tornadoes.
Great guy, Pete Hayes.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the best to work with in our years here. He's been here a long time coaching.
He has.
All over the place.
Carter Anderson hitting a .194.
Anderson, Rotzine, and Garlick, the 7, 8, 9 hitters, trying to take step 1, get on base. So far, 6 up, 6 down for Nate Cully. Fell behind 2-0, which is not happened much so far. Comes back with a fastball for a strike and another one for strike 2. It's 2-2.
That's a way to get back in after falling behind 2-0. Come right back with a couple of strikes.
Another fastball, swinging strike 3 for Anderson. 3rd strikeout of the ball game so far for Cully. He makes it 7 straight to start the ball game.
Yeah, very nice start for that young man on the mound.
Rotzine takes one inside, 1-0.
Logan's hitting .250 on the season. Didn't played yesterday. Did score a run. Got must have come in as I believe a pinch runner maybe. Didn't get an at bat, but scored a run in that loss to Duluth East.
1-1 to Rotzine. This one hit high just beyond the infield. Lake is there, makes the catch for out number 2. And now Ryan Garlick trying to keep Cully from making it through the order perfect the first time.
Garlick came into the section playoffs hitting an even .300 Was 0 for 2 last night in the loss. Looking for a little spark at the bottom of the lineup. We've used to seeing him right at the top.
I was going to say he's normally the leadoff guy, but get a guy who can spark the turnover as your number 9 hitter. And
with some speed.
This one hit relatively well, but I guess higher and hooking into foul territory. 3 Tornadoes converge on the area, but the ball's over the fence. 1-1.
When was the last time you saw a tornado run into a fence and not knock it down?
Wow. Josh Udvig gets writing credit for said joke. Not to call you out.
No, you don't have to call me out because if you said it, I wouldn't have called you out, of course.
Of course not. 1-1 to Garlic. Fastball's in for a strike, 1-2.
But I will full credit to Josh Udvig for being the man that I am today.
So 33 pitches for Orlikowski in the first inning, 35 for Strauss in the second. And let's see where he's at, 25, 78.
Divide by 3, carry the 4.
This will be pitch number 33 through almost 3 innings for Cully. And it is through 3 innings. Drop third strike, they'll have to throw down, and they do. He gets 2 strikeouts in the inning. Eliminates 9 straight to start the ball game. And the Tornadoes back at the plate with a 5-0 lead when we return on CTN.
Oh, emojis. I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you. She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand.
Ah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Jane!
Brandon Strauss also a short outing in the section tournament game. He goes 1 inning, 35 pitches thrown. Gave up 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 walk, no strikeouts. All 3 earned.
Lehman comes in with a 1-run record and a save on the season. He's pitched 30 2/3 innings, giving up 12 hits, 12 runs. 9 of those runs earned a 2.05 earned run average. He struck out 35 in 30 2/3 innings. And he did pitch an inning last night in that loss.
He will face the bottom third of the order for the Tornadoes. Austin Brosdahl, Carter Chell, and Brody Lake.
Leading off for the Tornadoes in the bottom of the 3rd inning, the 3rd baseman, Austin Brosdahl.
We talked about 8 batters in the first inning, 7 in the second. And I love the goggles. Pitch called a strike on the outside edge, 0-1 to start Brosdahl.
Yeah, I do like the...
They've got all kinds of stuff going on, being creative with their Dixie cups.
Yeah. Got the radar gun. I think that's the old CTN radar gun.
I love it.
It says slow.
Well, we do talk. I mean, obviously, we talk a lot about the importance of performance, but most important thing about all sports, really, but definitely at high school and below, is to have fun. So I love
absolutely.
to see guys having fun.
Me
This
too.
one chopped to the left side. Parr takes his time, makes the throw. 1 down.
Ended up having to hustle that throw a little bit more. Went high, but Bream's able to make sure he gathered it in with his foot on the bag for that first out.
Center fielder, Carter Chell.
Carter Chell out on a fly ball to center field his first time up. Made at least one memorable catch in that contest earlier this season. We were fortunate enough to bear witness to. Shows bunt, takes the pitch up high, ball one. Fastball misses high and wide, 2-0. Comes back inside, gets Chell swinging, 2-1.
Nice pitch there. Wanted to make sure he got that strike. Didn't want to go down behind the count 3-0.
Staying on the gas, blows another fastball past him. It's 2-2. Didn't miss by much, but just off the outside edge and low. And the count is full for Carter Chell. Called third strike. Second out of the inning. Now the Cardinals have to get out number 3 before 3 runs come across this time.
That would be an important thing.
The second baseman, Brody Lake.
I was going to say after the last one was called the ball, I said, I don't think Carter Chell can watch that pitch again.
No, and he did.
He did, and he takes the walk of shame back to the dugout. 2 down, nobody on. Big swing at the first offering for Brody Lake, fouls it back. Popped up to second his first time up. Shows bunt, and that pitch way up over his head. 1-1. And now down and in, 2-1. Fastball right down the middle to even the count.
He got that call right at the bottom of the zone.
This one hit to the right side. Rotzine Fields throws. And that is out number 3. Lehman able to retire the Tornadoes in order. We go to the 4th, still Anoka 5, Coon Rapids 0.
Have you seen the CTN TV truck driving around the city of Coon Rapids? Maybe at a concert or a game at Coon Rapids High School. Our top-notch crew has won many awards over the years. In fact, the crew covers over 100 events per year, including graduations, parades, and city concerts. For local sports and events, CTN has you covered.
Back at Castle Field in Anoka, Section 7 4A tournament action and elimination contests. Now it's win or you are done. And back to the top of the order for the Cardinals. No base runners through 3. Nate Culley being very efficient, pitching very well, getting strong fielding as well. Sharply hit to Brosdahl, gets it over to Hauge in plenty of time to retire Arndt for the first out.
And you can see the key so far early in this game for Anoka, key to winning baseball. Your pitcher in Culley is throwing strong innings. You're hitting the ball, timely hitting, especially with a couple outs. And your defense is playing really well in the field. You saw that nice stop by Brosdahl at third on that hot shot.
Xander Parr first pitch, high fly to left field. Underneath it is Lindbergh. And he has gone on a single pitch for the second time tonight.
A couple of quick outs here in the top of the 4th.
The catcher, Kirby Peary.
Kirby Peary got crossed up on an inside fastball for strike 3 in the first inning. And Went after it again. And big smile on his face, although he knows, oh.
I shouldn't have swung at that.
This one flared to right, but on a line into the glove of Jackson Hauge. Cardinals out in order once more. We're through 3.5. Anoka leads 5-0 on CTN.
We scored? Yeah, we scored going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. I'm gonna need that back. No. Kevin!
So the Anoka Tornadoes able to jump out to the lead early. A leadoff triple in the bottom of the first inning, followed by a Hunter Smith RBI single. They drove 2 in the first, 3 more in the second, all coming with 2 outs in that inning. Cody Lindbergh, the big 2-run double, followed by Nate Tillman's single that scored Lindbergh from second. And that's how we stand right now, 5-0. Cardinals have yet to get a base runner through 4. Top of the order here for Anoka in the 4th. Jackson Hauge, the triple and a run scored in the first inning, grounded out to second in the second, or grounded out to short in the second. Now facing his 3rd pitcher in 3 trips. 3-0 to, he falls, he's ahead of Alec Lehman. And he'll take the 4-pitch walk.
Not the way Lehman wanted to start here in the bottom half of the 4th, already trailing 5-0.
Well, and he was able to erase the Tornadoes in order in the 3rd inning. And now Hunter Smith. 2 for 2, a single, a triple, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Shows bunt, pops it foul, and it'll go to 0-1.
Not the way he wanted that bunt to go, but yeah, you see the day for Hunter Smith. He had a great pitching out in the last time against Coon Rapids, as you talked about earlier, and now so far pretty good from the plate here, with his Tornadoes leading 5-0 in the bottom of the 4th.
Lehman will throw over to check the runner. Hauge, he's back in time. Pitch misses outside, 1-1. Peary at the ready, keeping an eye on the runner, Hauge. Fastball is low, and it's 2-1.
Cardinals would love to see something defensive that they could turn 2 on, and again, they, trailing by 5, they can ill afford to continue to fall behind, especially with the way that Cully is pitching.
Yeah, he's playing all right.
Yeah, he's
throwing a lot of strikes.
Yeah.
38 pitches through 4 innings. This one chopped to the right side. Rodsine turns, gets the lead runner, but Smith able to beat it out down the line and avoid that double play.
Yeah, the ball was kind of weakly hit. Rodsine really not able to get to it with a lot of time to turn to, but able to spin and throw to Brenda. Brenda just can't get it over there in time to beat the runner at the bag first.
Charlie Buffy will come to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Reached on an error and walked and scored in that 2nd inning. Smith running the throw on the wrong side of the bag, but still able to sweep the tag is Logan Rodsine. Peary's throw a little bit off to the 3rd base side, but I don't know what happened on the slide there from Smith.
See it again.
But Rothstein able to sweep the tag.
We had to dig that one out too at the period. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, nice.
Just a good sweep and got him on the arm before the fingers got to the back. Great. It's good fast turn, throw down from Kirby, which I expect. Boy, I don't know.
Oh, I think he might have. That kind of looked like he may have gotten his hand in there first, but nonetheless, the officials call him out, and Coon Rapids definitely will take that out.
Yeah, that's a big out for the Cardinals. 2-1 now to Charlie Buffy. This one fouled back, and the count is even. Lehman would love to eliminate Buffy here and get out of it without the.
Oh, I thought
it hit. He ducked under it and it went off of the glove of Peary. Full count though. Love to only face 3 men. Not exactly the conventional way.
Nope.
But he'd take it. And now down and away. Second walk of the inning for Lehman.
So it keeps this inning alive with 2 away.
And up comes Cody Lindbergh. Lindbergh a single and a double, 3 RBI and a run scored in his 2 trips this afternoon. That's a nice way to start. And then the throw over gets away from Breams. And Buffy is going to scramble. He's going to turn and go for 3. And he is in there with the ball still not even in the infield. Cardinals' second error of the ball game.
You see just no opportunity for Breams. That ball well in front of him in the dirt. And Buffy able to make it from first to third.
Now Lindbergh has an opportunity to add another RBI with a runner just 90 feet away after the error. Takes a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Now the fastball down, or the curveball rather, down and away. Great smother by Peary.
Well, Cardinals just trying to make sure they get out of this inning without any additional damage.
Big swinging strike 2.
A pretty good hitter at the plate. They would just like to eliminate him here and not let them strand that run at third.
And a big strikeout there for Lehman to end the inning. It's still 5-0. We go to the 5th. You're watching Section 7 4A Baseball on CTN.
Stay connected to what's happening in your community by watching CTN Update, with a new episode every Friday at 5 p.m. From your local city and county government to what's happening in our schools to interesting stories on the people and events here at home, we've got it all covered. CTN Update, keeping you connected to your community.
Back at Castle Field, the Cardinals haven't, or the Anoka Tornadoes rather, have not needed a lot of luck thus far.
They have not.
The Cardinals could use a little luck as we start the 5th inning.
Could use a lot of luck at this point.
First pitch, Farley skies it to short right. Back on it is Lake, but coming in is Buffy to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out.
The first baseman, Nate Breams.
And now Nate Breams, strikeout victim first time up. 13 straight retired to start the ball game for Nate Cully.
That's certainly impressive here at any level at this point.
Fastball misses low. This one chopped to the left side. Brosdahl, nice scoop on the second hop. Throw a little down the line, but Hauge able to apply the tag for out number 2.
Again, he's got some nice hands at the hot corner there. Brosdahl does again a nice job of bringing that ball into him.
Yeah, this is another, both of his assists, well, he's got 3 assists. At least 2 of them have been really hot shots. This one really in tight on that second hop, but he's able to field it, make it look easy. And again, to throw a little down the line, but no problem for Hauge to make the catch and apply the tag.
Well, and he put so much velocity on that ball, too, from third base, too, that even though the throw was down the line, still plenty of time.
Jimmy Brenda, fly ball to left his first time up. This one skied at short. Hunter Smith, right at the edge of the infield, makes the catch. Just 5 pitches in each of the last 2 innings for Nate Cully. He's thrown just 43 pitches to get through 5 perfect innings. His team has a 5-0 lead, and they're back at the dish when we return on CTN.
Back to it, Holland comes in and two-handed jam.
Want to know the who, what, when, and where of Coon Rapids? Then just follow CTN on social media. It's that simple. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Keep up with local news, sports, and events, and the people who make our community such a great place to live. So give us a follow, like, share, or subscribe, and always be the first to know what's up in Coon Rapids. That's CTN, helping you stay connected.
Easy to have fun in that dugout when you're up 5-0. Your pitcher is absolutely cruising. Nate Tillman, Adam Stern, and Austin Brosdahl, the 3 scheduled hitters for the Tornadoes here in the 5th. Lehman on for his 3rd inning in relief. Cardinals on their 3rd pitcher by the 3rd inning. Orlikowski started, gave up 2 runs in the first. Strauss took over in the second, gave up 3. So far, 2 scoreless innings thrown by Alec Lehman. And he knows he has to be the stopper here.
Well,
if there's any hope for having more baseball after the sun sets.
You got to get a base runner for Coon Rapids as well. That would be helpful.
We talked about that a couple innings ago. 4-pitch walk, 3rd walk issued by Lehman. 2 of the 3 coming on 4 pitches. And now Adam Stern, a strikeout and a ground out is 2 times up. Fastball called a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, I mean, key for Coon Rapids here, obviously, is you want to keep Anoka off the base pass, but you want to try and have a quick inning again here.
throw down. Skipped away from Breams. He got enough of it, though, so it's not far enough for Tillman to think about second. 0-2 now. They count to Adam Stern. Especially with a right-handed batter at the plate. You got to be a little careful as a runner at first. With Peary. He will throw down. So a 4-pitch walk followed by a 3-pitch strikeout. Second time that Stern's been retired on strikes today. That'll bring up Austin Brosdahl.
The third baseman.
Got a nice pitch
Austin
here.
Brosdahl.
A little bit up and inside, but Stern commits to it.
First pitch fouled off out of play. And you've got Jack Vlacity warming up in the dugout now. Good curveball right there by Alec Lehman. Absolutely froze Austin Brosdahl.
Yep.
Gets him ahead in the count 0-2.
Yeah, he watched that one go by. That was a pretty pitch. And go ahead, head of the count 0-2.
Goes back to it, but Brosdahl gets a piece and fouls it off in front of third. Stays alive. This one in on the hands, and he fouled that off of his foot. You give him a little time to walk it off.
See it again here. Yeah,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That hurts right off the top of your foot.
I mean, he dropped it. Figured it had to be. Of course, from our angle, you can't see the front foot, but that's one. It'll sting.
Head coach Shannon Blansett coming down to talk to him.
And the trainer's
coming
over
out
to have a word as well. Word of caution, don't take the cleat off until you're ready to be done. Because it's going to swell a little bit maybe.
Yep.
I don't know if it works the same for baseball cleats as it does for hockey skates, but you get hit.
It probably does.
You get hit in the skate, you don't take it off until
you're
you're
done.
not getting it back in the skate. Curveball foul back out of play. Give Brosdahl credit, he's battling up there 0-2. He's fouled off 3 2-strike pitches. Swinging strike 3. And they throw down, and they're gonna send the runner back.
Yeah.
Why did they send the runner
not
back?
sure.
I don't understand that ruling at all.
Mossie's coming out and talking to
there's no dead ball.
No, he should be at second.
Or he should
be out.
It looked to me like he was out. The batter is out because you can't advance on a drop third strike if there's a runner occupying first base. But there is no rule stating that the runner must stay aboard at first base on that situation. So the fact that the runner went of his own free will, the ball is still alive, and if he was tagged out, he should be out.
He should. Yeah,
that one looks like he definitely was tagged out on the foot.
It's a foul ball.
Yeah.
Take him! Take him! Take him!
Everybody's yelling tag, and I don't know why. But
well, I don't think they clearly heard that it was a foul ball.
It was definitely a foul ball. He did a little half swing, got a piece. Now everybody is. Everybody wants to talk with everybody else.
Well, Pete Hayes is not happy. They don't want to upset Pete.
Let's talk about exactly what happened, when it happened, and why it happened. I still don't understand the first call sending the runner back to first, because that's definitely a live ball situation. This is definitely a dead ball situation because the ball was called foul off the bat on the check swing.
We'll see it again. This is what started this conversation.
Oh, I don't know if he got a piece of that or not.
Did it go off the gut, and then it went off Kirby?
Well, and I think the ump's saying that he got a piece of it after it hit the ground. On the bounce, he got a piece of it. And it looked like Brosdahl was essentially agreeing with that position. Nate Tillman standing at home plate.
Yeah.
Like, am I out? Am I safe at first? I would love to know what that conversation looks like.
I'll share Coach Blansett.
Because I
making sure he gets an official clarification.
Well, if you're calling that a foul, and it looked to me like he gave the foul signal, raised his hands, so then it's a dead ball.
Yeah, he's sending him over to first. And now Coach Mossy's coming out to get involved in this conversation, bringing the officials in. And
yeah, if one side gets an explanation and gets to bend the ear of the official, the
only fair.
Opposing coach should also get the same explanation. Don Bright coming out to join the huddle. And I think he's being told to return
get back
to the dugout so that they can talk to just the home plate or just the head coach. Well, I am no, baseball genius, but I have been around the game for a while. I've seen a lot of stuff. I don't understand
this either. How
there's this much conversation unless they're saying that the umpire never ruled that it was a foul ball.
Well, that's one thing. But I thought I heard somebody yell foul. Could have been somebody from the stands. I'm not sure.
Okay, so they're arguing whether he was out, strike 3, or if it was a foul ball. And then they're going back to the ruling that the runner from first can't advance on a... Now watch the umpire behind home plate. The ball bounces. I thought it got a piece of it, and that is foul.
Yep.
The rule's foul right there. Dead ball.
Yeah, it has to be.
And the runner can't advance on that one. That one I would understand. But then you see right there, he's calling it strike 3, and you're out. And so Brosdahl is going to be out. It is going to be a strikeout. After all of that discussion, and we're not done discussing it. I did not see a designation that Pete Hayes was tossed from the ball game, but he's being replaced at first base.
Told you don't want to get him upset.
Okay, so Brosdahl's a strikeout. Tillman stays at first. Well, he's not tossed because he's just staying in the dugout,
right.
So that's good. But apparently he's, let me go back to the dugout and cool off. I would probably be the same way. I'm, again, confused. I thought drop third strike, still live ball, for runner at first.
Right.
So Tillman really should have been out when Stern struck out and he tried to advance. And then Brosdahl's, then Brosdahl has an opportunity actually to run on the drop third strike. Chell attempted a bunt, try and keep catch the Cardinals off guard after that long break and discussion between pitches. That pitch a little low, and Peary scrambles to keep an eye on Tillman. Over at first, it's 1-1. Throw down, not in time as Tillman slides back in safely. It's 2-1.
So after all that, it's cleared up here. 2 outs.
Another nice stop. Tillman trying to go. The throw is there. The tag is there. Tillman is out. The inning is over. So a weird inning, but it ends with no more damage done in a fun play. Second runner thrown out by Kirby Peary through 5 innings. Still 5-0 Anoka on CTN.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Nate Cully has been cruising thus far. 15 faced, 15 retired. Faces Anderson, Rothstein, and Garlick here in the 6th. Down and in, evens the count 1-1. Fastball right there. Anderson stays still and falls behind in the count 1-2.
Yeah, he threw that one right by him.
Well, the Cardinals running out of outs here. And we talked about it. Got to start small. Let's get a base runner.
Well, that's where you got to start. You can't score a run without a base runner.
Oh, 2-2 pitch got him. There's a base runner.
First one of the day for Coon Rapids here in the top of the 6th.
Anderson just got tossed for throwing the bat.
Oh.
Wow.
Really?
Mossy over to get an explanation. He tossed it pretty hard. He was pretty upset. He got hit pretty hard. So that's not.
I'm not sure that's a reason.
Terribly unusual reaction. I didn't
Not
think
sure that's
it
a
was
reason to be tossed.
Yeah, I didn't think it was nearly enough to be tossed.
Oh, come on. He didn't throw it that hard at all. He just flipped it towards the bench, towards the dugout.
For now, he's standing perched at first base. And Mossy is looking over for a replacement runner. Carter Anderson's afternoon and possibly his career over with being hit by a pitch and then tossed for tossing the bat. Gets greeted by a lot of smiles, handshakes, and hugs, and semi-celebrations. As much of a celebration as you can get for the current situation.
The last 2 innings.
Yeah, a lot of things
that strange.
A lot of things that I've really never seen. Very bizarre.
Anderson, the first base runner for the Cardinals, has been ejected. He's replaced by number 35, Ricky Petrov.
Ricky Petrov will come in to run. And you would assume hit in that spot if he gets back, and he runs and moves to second on the first pitch.
I don't know. Cardinals have a runner in scoring position. Nobody out.
Do it again.
Logan Rothstein popped up to second base, his only time up. This is outside, 1-1. Try and get Petrov, and they did. They picked him off.
Nothing going the Cardinals' way. That was a heads-up play defensively for Anoka.
So Petrov gets on to replace the ejected Anderson.
Oh, yeah, he caught him. No.
That's 3 calls at second base, and I'm not sure that any of them have been right.
No.
I hate to criticize the officials, but it's a tough job.
And then
they've all been bang plays.
And we have replay.
To me, it looked like that one was the tag wasn't applied until it hit him in the nose essentially, and his fingers were clearly on the base.
The center fielder, Ryan Garlick.
Here's another look at a good little cutter that dives in and catches Rotzi looking. Strikeout number 5 in the ball game for Cully. So his perfect game spoiled by a hit batter, but then that runner erased on the bases with a good pickoff move. So has only faced the minimum here with 2 outs in the 6th. Big swinging strike for Ryan Garlick. Trying to not only get on the base paths, but circle them with that swing. Another big swinging strike. And after starting with a pitch that missed down and away, Cully has come back with 2 strong fastballs to get back to a pitcher's count at 1-2.
Yeah, for him, he started out a little tough in this inning, but it certainly have come back.
Boy, his moving stuff is moving even more here in the later innings. But I mean, his pitch count is incredible when you consider he's throwing into the 6th inning. High fly ball to right field. Buffy retreats, stakes it out, squeezes it shut. And the Cardinals get a hit batter, but still only sent 3 to the plate. And the Tornadoes lead still 5-0, middle of the 6th inning.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be?
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at Castle Field. Carter Chell was at the plate when Tillman was caught stealing, so he starts up here in the bottom of the 6th. His team leading 5-0. Cardinals have only had 1 base runner, and that base runner only lasted 3 pitches.
Yeah, it's been a rough day at the plate so far, but give all the credit to Nate Cully.
Yeah, he's having a phenomenal game. Check down, and they say Chell able to check his bunt attempt back before the ball got to the plate. Curveball is there for strike 2.
It's a nice pitch from Lehman. You see the numbers on Chell for the night. 0 for 2 with a strikeout. That got Kirby. Seems to be okay though. Looked over at the bench. They asked if he was all right. He said, "Yep." Tough, very tough young man right there.
It's been a fun player to watch, both on the ice and on the diamond, and good kid.
Really good kid.
And a called 3rd strike on the inside edge. Chell looks over, somewhat astonished. Now see, he turned back and kind of questioned the official. Surprised he didn't get tossed right on out of there. Brody Lake 0 for 2. looks at a pitch low, 1-0. Little half swing back to Lehman. Easy play to Breams for out number 2. A little oopsie swing for Brody Lake.
One love to have back.
First baseman, Jackson Hoagie.
And back to the top of the order for Jackson Hauge. Hauge tripled and scored in the first. Walked in the fourth. Ooh. Little chin music to start him off.
Got by him a little bit.
Give him a little something to think about as he digs in here with 2 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Curveball is there for strike 1. That's what you do. You throw that high heat. Make a little nervous to dig in.
You throw
and
the curve.
You break that curveball. It looks like it, and then it just sort of drops it. Fastball grounded to Rothstein at second. Throw to Breams in time. 1, 2, 3. Go the Tornadoes in the 6th. Cardinals' last chance to keep their season alive. They need 5. Top of the 7th after this on CTN.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Coming into the ball game, we're wondering why you might not pitch Hunter Smith, who was so good against the Cardinals in their only outing. Well, here's why, because Nate Culley had his time coming. He has been almost perfect this afternoon, the only base runner on a hit batter, and then he was able to pick the runner off at second base, so he's faced the minimum going into the 7th inning.
He's been pitching well all year long, and we mentioned he came in with a 4-run record, a 1.33 earned run average, struck out 39 and 31 2/3. So he's been efficient from the mound all season long, and he's just obviously carrying it over here into the section playoffs.
Efficient is an understatement for his afternoon. Through 6 innings, 57 pitches thrown, 40 of them for strikes. That's more than 2/3 strikes. On the flip side, the Cardinals had Orlikowski throw 33 in the first, Strauss throw 35 in the second, and through 4 innings worked, Lehman has thrown 61. So in 6 innings, Culley has thrown fewer pitchers than Lehman has in 4. Top of the order, the last hope for the Cardinals here in the 7th. Jack Hart 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly out. 1-1 pitch fouled, and it's 1-2.
Well, never more pressure than the season in the balance right here when you're down to your last 3 outs and you're trailing by 5. It's a huge hole for Coon Rapids trying to dig out of, especially since they've not had a base hit.
Well, I think that's I'm guessing a little bit of the focus, especially on the top of the order guys here, going, we are not ending on by being no hit, by arrival, no less. That pitch well outside, and the count is full to Jack Hart. But baseball's a funny game. You get one base runner, next thing you know, you string a couple hits together, and this is a ball game again. That one's getting out of play. It'll stay 3-2. Maybe more than any other sport, baseball is finicky in that way that it can just turn on a dime.
Yes, it can.
A sure win becomes an agonizing loss. And it could all start with a leadoff walk, and oh my goodness. He tossed another runner for...
Are you kidding me?
I mean, come on.
That's Bush. I'm sorry. Unless he said something to him, but he basically just threw his bat down back to the dugout.
Hey, we good. Let's go, boys. Come on.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
I don't think I've ever seen it. We've been calling sports a long time. Just flipped it back to the dugout. Well, I don't understand it.
Yeah, there's plenty of room there.
All he's doing is throwing it to his. Yeah,
there's no danger.
That's
it's getting
that's
it back
ridiculous.
towards.
Down the road.
That's ridiculous.
Stand your head to move the bat next time. Just hand the bat to the up now.
Coaching staff not at all pleased. And I just, that's just very odd. The umpiring in this game has been interesting.
Yes, to say the least.
The two ejections have been,
He's replaced by number 21, Dawson Chambliss.
I don't know, questionable at the very least,
right?
If not downright inappropriate.
Yeah.
The second one for sure. Chambliss thrown out on the first pitch.
Wow.
The courtesy run.
Wow. This has been the most bizarre ball game I think I've ever been a part of.
Still a no-hit bid going for Cully with one out now here in the seventh.
He got a big lead.
Oh yeah,
too,
he was.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
that
a
was
good call.
that was a right call.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Look at it start with Pete Hayes got thrown out, and a couple of Cardinal players got thrown out for bat flips, and runners getting picked off. Just crazy.
2 balls, 1 strike now to Xander Parr. And before the walk and the ejection and then the throwdown, we were talking about how badly the Cardinals would like to get just one hit. Just a flare, a bloop,
something.
A Texas leaguer, a
Yeah,
chopper
doesn't
up
matter.
over the mound, anything to put a 1 in the hit column against Cully. But Cully, of course, has other ideas and trying to have a very memorable afternoon here and outing for his team in the postseason. Full count now to Xander Parr. And another walk. Xander Parr will not get ejected.
It's all in the technique and how you apparently throw the bat back.
Well,
to
I mean,
the dugout.
he clearly didn't throw it nearly as hard or as far, but I mean, there's a lot of foul space over there. There was nowhere near anyone. I just, that's what I don't get, Nate. Unless there was some type of verbal
it's the only thing I could think of.
Kirby Peary pops up the first thing he sees, 0-1.
Because why would you throw out a hitter for something like that? If he said something to him, then I understand. Then you do. But why would you even say something as a hitter on a walk when you've been walked?
Especially when your base runners have been so few and far between. Peary goes swinging at a pitch down low, 0-2. This one foul, and we'll get out of play down the left field line. Cody Lindbergh, a long run, but definitely not a chance to catch up to that. It'll stay 0-2. Outside, pretty easy take for Peary. And then there, Chell, good speed at center.
I thought it was going to drop.
I thought it was too. I was about to say, and there it is, but Carter Chell cuts the distance and gloves it for out number 2. Cardinals down to their last out. Braden Farley Ground out, fly out, and his 2 at-bats. Good curveball there from Cully to strike to start him out 0-1. Another curve called a strike on the outside edge. Looked a little wide, but it's a big hole for Braden Farley now at 0-2, and the Cardinals down to their final strike. Cully throws it down and in. Good stop behind the plate by Adam Stern. His afternoon has been relatively simple.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Hasn't spent a lot of time behind the plate for any
long
single
stretch.
any single inning. 2 of the 6 innings to this point were 5 pitches. Also under 10 pitches in the first inning when he threw 8. This one a flare down the right field line. It will drop and get past Buffy. And the Cardinals may even put a run on the board. No, they are going to hold par at third, but a double down the line for Farley with 2 out breaks up the no-hit bid for Nate Cully.
Yeah, Cully's no-hitter with 2 away in the top of the 7th, and I'm sure, as happy as he is for his club that they're up 5-0, I'm sure he would have loved to have gotten that no-hitter. But Farley, with a nice solid piece of hitting, able to get the double.
Give it a ride.
So runners at second and third with 2 away. Opportunity for Nate Breams.
Breams takes a fastball high, 1-0. Stern out to talk with his pitcher.
There's a new one. Oh, got the little horn on top of the helmet, the dugout. There it is.
And up high again, 2-0. Down low, 3-0. Breams taking all the way on 3-0. A fastball right down the pipe, 3-1. This one hit toward right center. Buffy is there, and that is out number 3. Tornadoes with a 5-0 win, and the Cardinals' season comes to an end.
Yeah, the Cardinals able to offer something here in the top of the 7th. Had a couple of runners on with 2 away, but just could not put a run across the plate. Give credit to Nate Cully and the Tornadoes. Did a nice job. Certainly Anoka didn't get a lot of hits, only 6 in the game, but scored 5 runs. And then when your pitcher is as dominating as Nate Cully was, it makes a lot easier
well,
to get
Alec
that W.
Lehman, to his credit, threw 4 no-hit innings.
Absolutely.
Anoka did all their damage in the first 2 innings. Had 2 runs on 3 hits in the first against Orlikowski, 3 runs on 3 hits against Strauss in the second. And Lehman looked strong in relief, but the Cardinals just could never get the bats going. And, most of that credit goes to Nate Cully. A great game for him. 1-hit shutout. So in 2 meetings with the Tornadoes, the Cardinals shut out twice and held to just 3 hits in those two contests.
Yeah, shut out by identical scores, 5-0 in both games. And as you mentioned, the Cardinals season is over. A number of seniors, their careers here at Coon Rapids will be over as well. So we wish them the best, as always.
And the Tornadoes move on. It's a long road to try and get back out of this section, but the Tornadoes took a big first step this afternoon with a 5-0 win. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score from Castle Field, it's Anoka 5, Coon Rapids 0. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us, continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying good night.